Good morning, dear students. Good morning, Rudrak, Sambhavi, Shruti, Asmita, Manoj, Anusri, Krishna. Good morning, all of you. So, I need one confirmation from any one of you. Tell me, did I begin explaining you the non-finite lesson, or this is my first class? Did I explain you present participle in my previous class? Please give me your response quickly. Present participle is over or not? Just write down yes if it's over, no if it's not over. Okay, thank you Asmita for your confirmation. Thank you so much. So today, dear students, we are going to start a new lesson which is called non-finites. Okay, which is non-finites. So first of all, let me explain you what are finite and non-finite verbs. Okay, so before that, I'd like to show you in the form of an example. Okay, so I'll show you in the form of an example now, then you will be able to understand what are finite and what are non-finite verbs. Okay, so just hang on, I'm explaining you. Okay. Okay, dear students, you see in the sentence he plays football. Plays is a verb which is finite verb. Why it's finite verb? Because it agrees with the subject he here. So the verb that agrees with the subject directly, it is called finite verb. But whenever a verb will not agree with the subject, it is called non-finite verb. For example, here you see I would like to play football. Okay, here to play is the verb which is not agreeing with the subject I, rather like is here finite verb because like agrees with the subject, whereas to play is the verb which does not agree with the subject. Therefore to play is called non-finite. Okay, non-finite. So you understood, dear students, what is finite, what is non-finite? Like another example, let me show you. One of my friends loves to see the movie. One of my friends loves to see the movie. In this example, you can see loves is called finite verb because it is agreeing with the subject one here. Okay, the one is singular, therefore it's loves, it's as here. But to see does not agree with the subject. Okay, therefore to see is called non-finite, whereas loves is called here finite verb. So always remember that finite verbs are those verbs which agree directly with the subject, whereas non-finite verbs are those verbs which do not agree directly with the subject. So hopefully you've understood the difference between finite and non-finite verb. Now let's move on to our explanation of non-finite. So dear students, our topic of discussion for the next 3 days will be non-finites. Okay, because it's a vast topic. It needs at least 3 lectures. Okay, so non-finites I explained you. Okay, those verbs which do not agree with the subject. Now let us know what are the different kinds of non-finites, how many different types of non-finites are there. Okay, so you can see here there are 4 types of non-finites. One is participles, and next is gerunds, then verbal nouns, and then infinitives. Okay, so there are 4 types of non-finite verbs. One is participle, another is gerund, then verbal nouns, and the last one is infinitives. Now dear students, today we shall focus on the first type of non-finites, which is participles. So again, dear students, in participles there are 3 types. Okay, one is present participle, next is past participle, and then is called perfect participles. Okay, so there are 3 types of participles: present participle, past participles, and perfect participles. So what is present participle? For example, walking stick is useful to an old man. Walking stick is useful to an old man. So this is the example of present participle, okay, and the example of past participle is look at the burned wood. So always remember, dear students, past participle means the third form of the verb, that is verb 3. So whenever a verb 3 is used, okay, used along with a noun, then it is the example of past participle. For example, wood is a noun here, so burnt is used along with wood here, therefore burnt is the past participle. Okay, always remember, present participle will have always the ing form of the verb, whereas past participle will have the verb 3 form of the verb. Okay, that is burnt here in this context, and it is always accompanied by noun, or you can say burnt, past participle is always followed by a noun here, and in this context it is the wood here, but always remember a past participle is always followed by a noun. So that is why burnt wood, burnt is the example of past participle. Another rule that you have to remember is that we use the third form of the verb always for past participle, whereas ing form of the verb for the present participle. Okay, and third type of the verb is, dear students, is called perfect participles. Okay, perfect participles. So what is the example of perfect participles? Having gone there, I found him missing. Having gone. So having, if you get a structure like have and then having and then verb 3, that is the example of perfect participle. Having gone there, I found him missing. Or having completed my work, I went to sleep. Or having called him, I attended the meeting. So you understand, perfect participle, in perfect participle we got the structure of having plus verb 3. Okay, perfect participle is having plus verb 3, past participle is verb 3 along with a noun after it, and present participle is always the ing form of the verb. So dear students, I hope you understood the different types of participles. How many types of participles are there? There are 3 types of participles. One is present participle, next is past participle, and then last is the perfect participle. Okay, now we shall discuss in detail the first type of participle, that is present participle, and you've got to remember these uses whenever I discuss with you, because afterwards there will be a worksheet, there will be also a quiz. So if you do not understand it properly and retain it, it will be difficult for you to answer my quiz. Okay, because it's so confusing at times between a present participle and a gerund, because in both gerund and present participle we use ing form of the verb, therefore it's very difficult to sort of differentiate between a present participle and a gerund. Okay, therefore whenever I'll explain you all the rules, please do listen very carefully, and after the class is over, sometimes in the evening, you open my website and you go through the rules that I have discussed with you in the live class. Okay, then only you shall be able to retain these rules, otherwise it's very difficult. Okay, dear students, those who are absent, you please inform your friends that attendance will be taken henceforth, and those who are absent, they won't be allowed to sit for the test. Okay, they've got to, their parents will be called, or their parents will be immediately informed. So you please communicate to your friends that they have to be regular, they have to be regular on live classes for all the subjects. Okay, because it's hardly 15 to 20 students out of so many, out of for example 50 students. Okay, there are hardly 15 students, so it is really something which is not encouraging. So you please convey this message to your friends. Those who are absent, their parents will be immediately called, and they may not be allowed to write the text, and their internal marks will also be given very less. So please communicate the message to them. because it's a regular class now. Okay, it's a regular class, every student has to be present now, otherwise whose is this loss? Tell me. It is your loss only. So please do convey those students, and those of you who are present today, you please be present every day. Okay, every day. Okay, so dear students, the first use of present participle is attributively. Attributively means as a subject. Okay, whenever so for example, there is a difference between the attributive use of present participle and and in gerund the subject of the verb. So always remember that whenever ing word is used as the before the noun, then then ing is used attributively in the sentence. Okay, ing is used attributively in the sentence. Always remember that. Okay. For example, here you see walking stick is useful for an old man. So walking stick, after walking there is a noun stick. So whenever a ing word will be used before a noun, that ing word is used attributively in the sentence. Attributively means as a subject, but normally what happens, dear students, a word is used as a subject when it is before the verb, but here you can see it is the ing is there, but it is not before the verb, it is before the noun, therefore it is used attributively. Okay, as a subject it is used attributively, or otherwise normally we use the subject before the verb, but here whenever we use any word attributively, always remember that it will be used before a noun, not before a verb. Okay, so as ing is used before a noun stick, therefore it is ing is used attributively. So whenever we use an ing word attributively, it becomes present participle. This is the first rule. A rolling stone gathers no moss. So rolling stone, a rolling stone. So rolling is used before the noun stone, therefore rolling is used attributively, and whenever an ing word is used attributively, then it is always a present participle. This is the first rule. Next you see the burning train. So burning is used before the train, therefore the burning is used attributively, and as burning is used attributively in the sentence, therefore it is the example of a present participle. Next is predicatively. Predicatively means what? Whenever it is used as an object. Object means something that goes after. Okay, it can go after a verb, it can go after a preposition, it can go after an object also. Okay, so predicatively means whenever ing goes after something. Okay, that is predicatively. And attributively means whenever ing goes before a noun, it is the attributive use of the gerund. But whenever ing will go after an object, that is called the predicative use of the word here. So see here, predicatively he means as an object, means after something, after some word it will go. So the officer kept me waiting for an hour. So waiting is used after which word? It is used after me, which is an object. Okay, therefore whenever ing word is used predicatively after an object, then this ing becomes present participle. So always remember that present participle is also used predicatively as an object. So here in this example, waiting is used after me, which is an object. So after me waiting is used, after the object it is used. Okay, therefore it is used predicatively. So this particular use also you remember. Now let's move on to the third rule, that is it can be used as degrees of comparison. Degrees of comparison means there are 3 degrees of comparison: positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree. So sometimes gerund is also used as degrees of present participle is also used as degrees of comparison. For example, Ram is more pleasing than his brother. So pleasing is used after more, which is a comparative degree. Therefore it is said that sometimes present participle is used with degrees of comparison. Okay, so Ram is more pleasing. So whenever an ing word will be used as degree of comparison, then that ing word can be called present participle. So this is rule number 3, or this is the use of third use of present participle. Next, fourth use. So what is the fourth use? It is used absolutely. What is the meaning of absolutely, dear students? We have learned today what is the meaning of attributively. We learned today what is the meaning of predicatively, and now we are going to learn what is absolutely all about. How is a particular word used absolutely in a sentence? So, dear students, always remember that if an ing word is preceded by or if an ing word is preceded by a noun, that particular word is used absolutely in a sentence. So you can see here all the ing words, like the sky being clear, the river being shallow, God willing. So all the ing words you can see in this successive three examples are preceded by noun. Preceded means going before. So see, before being it is the sky, which is a noun. Before being it is the river, which is a noun. Before willing it is a word which is God, which is a noun. Therefore always remember that if ing words are preceded by a noun, then this ing word is used absolutely in the sentence. And whenever an ing word will be used absolutely with a noun or a pronoun going before it in a sentence, then that particular ing is used absolutely. Understood? It is the absolute use of that particular word. Okay, so whenever we shall get an ing word used absolutely in a sentence, then we can for sure say that it is a present participle. So now let's move on to the fifth use. It may be modified by an adverb. It may be modified by an adverb. For example, loudly knocking at the door, he demanded admission. So whenever you get an ing word after an adverb, so that becomes present participle, and that ing word becomes present participle as well. Always remember that whenever an ing word is modified by an adverb, means whenever an ing word is preceded by an adverb or modified by an adverb, it is the example of present participle. So loudly knocking at the door, he demanded admission. In this sentence, knocking is the example of present participle because it is modified by the adverb loudly. Okay, loudly knocking. See, loudly knocking means this knocking word is very closely attached to the word adverb loudly. Therefore this word knocking is modified by adverb. Okay, verbs are always modified by adverb, and nouns like verbs are modified now. Verbs are always modified by an adverb, and like nouns are also qualified. Okay, by adjectives are qualified by a noun, and verbs are modified by an adverb. Okay, so always remember that present participle has the form of a verb as well as an adjective, whereas a gerund has the force of a verb as well as a noun. So you understood, I suppose, what is the meaning of modified by an adverb. Modified by an adverb means whenever a verb will be closely attached to an adverb, then that particular verb is modified by that adverb. And in other words, you can remember, whenever an ing word is preceded by an adverb, then that particular word is modified by the adverb, and in that case it is the example of a present participle. And next, like a verb, it may govern a noun or a pronoun. Like a verb governs a noun or a pronoun. So hearing the noise, the thief ran away. Okay, hearing what? The noise. So it is governed by the noun. Okay, so hearing the noise. Hearing what? Hearing the noise. So hearing is governed by the noun noise. In that case also the ing can be called present participle because it is governed by the noun, which is noise here. So like a verb, it may govern a noun or pronoun. And next is as an object complement. As an object complement means it will be after the object. Object complement means always remember, complement means something that goes after something. Okay, Object also same thing. Object also something that goes after, and complement also something that goes after. Then what is the difference between an object and a complement? I'll let you know just now after I explain this particular usage, that is usage number 7. So as an object complement, I saw Ram begging. Okay, you can see the word begging is used after the object Ram, therefore it is used as a complement to the word Ram, therefore it's called object complement. Whenever ing, any ing word is used as object complement, it is also called present participle. So what is object complement? Always remember that object complement means object complement is the word which goes after the object. Always remember, object complement is the word which goes after the object. In this sentence, I saw Ram begging. Ram is the object and begging goes after Ram, therefore it is used as the object complement. Understood? So in case of object complement also, we can in case of object complement also, the sentence can be our ing word can be a participle. So always remember that, dear students, there are seven uses of present participle I have explained you today. There are 7 uses of present participle I have explained it today. You've got to remember all these 7 uses to be able to identify the present participle. Okay, so now as I told you, I will explain you what is an object, what is the difference between an object and a complement. Okay, let me explain you the difference between an object and a complement. Okay, so here you notice here, dear students, I'm going to explain you please notice here. Okay, so see, what is the difference between an object and complement? Okay, okay, see, always remember, object means a word that goes after a word. Okay, complement means also means a word that goes after a word. So this word can be see here, this word can be a verb, it can be a preposition also, or it can be also okay, in the context of this lesson I explain you these two only. Okay, it could be verb or preposition. Okay, and complement complement is also a word that goes after a word. So it could be, always remember, be verb. What means here? Be verb, or it could be, for example, be verb, or it could be a noun, it could be a pronoun also. Here also I can write after, either it is verb or preposition, or noun or pronoun. Okay, so dear students, object means a word that goes after a word, complement also means a word that goes after a word. Then what is the difference? Difference is, whenever it is complement, it will be after either a be verb or a noun or a pronoun. In the case of an object, it should always be an action verb. Action verb. Okay. Object means a word that goes after an action verb or after a preposition, noun, pronoun. Okay. So noun, pronoun, let me here remove. Why? Because that is a different, whenever it goes after noun, pronoun, it becomes complement actually. So it is noun, pronoun we can use here in case of complement, but in case of object I will write only after action verb or preposition also. Like for example, I give an example so that you understand it better. Okay, I give an example. For example, you can see, if I write he plays cricket. Okay, so here cricket is the example of object. Why it's object? Because it goes after a verb, action verb. This is action verb. Okay, whereas in case of complement, you see, complement is a word that goes after a word. Okay, that is be verb, noun or pronoun. Okay, so be verb, for example, if it is be verb, it should be if I say he is a teacher is it's not an object, it's called a complement. Why? Because it is used after the be verb easier. Understood? It is used after a be verb easier. Therefore, a teacher is a complement. So, do you understand the difference between an object and a complement? Object means after an action verb, whereas complement after a be verb. Understood? After a be verb. This is complement. Okay. So that is the primary difference between a be verb and a complement. Okay, so okay, dear students, so now did you understand what is the difference between an object and a complement? Did you understand the difference between an object and a complement? If yes, you say yes, otherwise I will explain you once again. I am waiting for your response, dear students. You please let me know quickly so that I can proceed, or else I'll revert back. Okay, thank you Vaibhav and Asmita. Thank you so much. So always remember, okay, always remember one thing, let me tell you. Okay, thank you all of you, thank you so much. Always remember one thing. Okay, so always remember one thing, that is subject means a word that goes before. Always remember that. Okay, so now let me revise for you something else. Attributive and predicative use of participle. Okay, attributive. What is the meaning of attributive? For example, let's go back to the example, a rolling stone gathers no more. Okay, so a rolling stone gathers no moss. So dear students, you can see here, whenever ing word is used before a noun, whenever an ing word is used before a noun, that ing, that is rolling used attributively here. Okay, attributively, that is, attributively means what? That is as a subject of the noun. Okay, we have heard that subject, we have heard about subject of a verb, but here whenever rolling will be used attributively, that is as a subject of the noun stone here, then this rolling is used attributively in the sentence. Always remember, dear students, okay, that is the attributive use of the preposition. Okay, so rolling is used attributively in the sentence. That is, attributively means what? What is the meaning of attributively? The meaning of attributively is whenever ing is used as a subject of the noun, it is called attributive use of the ing word here, that is rolling here. So in that case it is the example of present participle. Now let me explain you the predicative use of participle. Control C. Predicative use of participle, let me explain you. What is predicative use? Predicate means what, dear students? Something that goes after. Attribute means what? Something that goes before. So here you can see rolling, here you can see rolling goes before noun, that is why it is used as attributively. Predicative meaning what? Predicative is something whenever the ing will be used after something. So after what? Let us find out. After what? Say for example, the officer kept me waiting for an hour. Okay, for example, the officer kept me waiting for an hour. So here you can see waiting is used after the object me in the sentence. So that is the predicative use. Predicative use of participle, how can I write? Whenever a participle is used, okay, after an used as an object, as an object after noun, or it could be pronoun also. Okay, the participle is said to be used predicatively. Okay, I hope now you have understood. Predicative use of participle. What is the predicative use of participle? Whenever a participle is used as an object, okay, whenever a participle will be used as an object after noun or pronoun, the participle is said to be used predicatively. Okay, so here you see in this example, the officer kept me waiting for an hour. In this example you see waiting is used after a pronoun, okay, after a pronoun as object here. Okay, here you can see waiting is used as an object after pronoun. So whenever ing word will be used as an object after a noun or a pronoun, in this case it is a pronoun, then ing is used predicatively as an object, you can say. And whenever an ing is used as a subject before the noun, it is used attributively. So always remember, attributively means whenever the ing will be used before the subject. Predicatively means whenever ing will be used as an object after either a noun or a pronoun, we can say that ing is used predicatively in the sentence. Understood? For example, another example I give, I kept my students informing, for example, informing, okay, about the latest news. Okay, so in this sentence you can see informing is the ing word. Informing is the ing word which is used as an object after the noun students, which is used after the noun, students. Therefore informing is used predicatively, and whenever ing is used predicatively in a sentence, this ing becomes the present participle. Whenever we use it predicatively as well as attributively, then that ing becomes a present participle. So I kept my students informing about the latest news. So informing is here present participle because it is used predicatively as an object after noun, and here waiting is used as an object after pronoun. So that is what is the meaning of predicative use of participle. Whenever a participle is used as an object after noun or pronoun, the participle is said to be used predicatively. Okay, so that's all about the explanation part of present participle, dear students, and the rest you all know. Okay, you know the rest of the rules I've explained you. Only these 3-4 concepts are difficult. One is attributively, next is predicatively, then what is the difference between an object and a complement. When can a word be called an object, when a word can be called as a complement. So I've explained you these 4 new concepts today, along with the uses, the 7 uses of present participle. In my next class, I'll switch over to my explanation of the gerund and verbal nouns. Okay, so you please, I shall send you a worksheet on present participle. I shall also send you a link for submission. So please do submit it latest by tomorrow morning. Okay. After the class gets over, I shall make a worksheet for you and will forward you on the WhatsApp group the worksheet schedule link as well as the homework submission link as well as as well. So please do submit on time. Okay. So thank you all of you, and tell all your friends to be online, otherwise parents will be contacted and you may not be allowed to sit in the next test. Okay, be on time. 11:50 means 11:50 sharp. Have a nice day, dear students. Bye bye, take care, and please do submit back my assignment on the link that I sent to you. Okay.